Hello, today I am reviewing Oola Waitsburg Bourbon Whiskey. So this one, interesting name, comes out of Washington, actually, for the United States, of course, it's bourbon, from a town called Waitsburg. Who would have guessed? But this one, it's a pretty light bourbon, actually. It's 47% alcohol. This one was aged for 5 years. And it's actually a 4-grain bourbon as well. They do use some winter wheat in their mash bill, getting that more like smooth and sweet flavor out of it. But this company actually sources barrels that have been aged from other distilleries, and then they blend those with their own mash bill to get this really unique kind of flavor. But definitely one of the easier drinking ones. This one goes for about $40 to $45 depending. I way overpaid for this bottle because I was trying to get the cask strength, but we won't get into that. This is a whole deal. Anyway, but this is it's a very light, very smooth bourbon. It actually has a very interesting kind of note on the nose that I haven't had in any other kind of bourbon actually. So let's go ahead and see what that is. So what you'll notice most with the nose on this bourbon is there's a smell of cherry, actually. I would say the majority of that is, it's a very light smell as well. You kind of have to really get in there and try to sniff it to get too much scent out of it, but definitely when you do get that scent, it's very much a cherry smell, which I would say is pretty unique for a bourbon. The majority of them, what I've noticed personally, trying all these different kinds of bourbons, is they're almost always kind of like a very caramelly, kind of brown sugar, sort of honey actually, kind of smell and flavor profile as well. Of course, each still unique in their own way. But let's give this one a try actually. Okay. So the flavor as well is very light, actually. Definitely one of the smoothest bourbons I've ever had. So you're not going to get a whole bunch of alcohol burn. There's no spice in it at all. Flavor-wise, though, there is a little bit of that cherry in there. There is some kind of sweetness, kind of a little bit of brown sugary, but it is, I would say, very light in flavor, kind of muted. It's almost, I want to say, kind of waxy a little bit. So this is definitely, if you enjoy very smooth, very easy drinking bourbons, this is a really good one for that, kind of like a daily sipper. And it definitely has that really unique cherry smell and a little bit of that flavor as well. I would recommend this one just because I know that quite a few people that I've spoken with, at least personally, they do like very smooth bourbons, very light and easy drinkers. So this one's definitely that. So if you're into something with the more, not a harsh flavor, it's more relaxed, more laid back, but you still get that good sweetness, that nice cherry on this one. This is definitely a bourbon that I would recommend. You can see I've gone through about half the bottle already. I have had it for a little while though as well. It's gotten a little bit more alcohol forward the longer it's been open, the longer that oxygen has had the ability to kind of interact with the whiskey inside the bottle. But still very smooth and still very light. I would say the first flavor you get there, it's kind of a sugary sweetness a little bit. Sugar kind of like dissolved in water kind of sweetness. But then that is definitely followed by that cherry. Very little alcohol burn. It is only 47% alcohol. But very smooth, very easy to drink. So I would recommend this. Again, you can find it for anywhere from $40 to $45. So yeah, I would definitely give it a shot.